Present by Free Time. Washington, D.C. News. Government soldiers fighting the mock group watch a helicopter attack, not pictured, as they take a break inside a military camp in MARAWI City, southern Philippines, May 30, 2017. Reuters. MARAWI City, Philippines. Dozens of foreign jihadis have fought side by side with Islamic State sympathizers against security forces in the southern Philippines over the past week, evidence that the restive region is fast becoming an Asian hub for the ultra-radical group. A Philippines intelligence source said that of the 400 to 500 marauding fighters who overran MARAWI City on the island of Mindanao last Tuesday, as many as 40 had recently come from overseas, including from countries in the Middle East. The source said they included Indonesians, Malaysians, at least one Pakistani, a Saudi, a Chechen, a Yemeni, an Indian, a Moroccan, and one man with a Turkish passport. IS is shrinking in Iraq and Syria, and decentralizing in parts of Asia and the Middle East, said Rohan Gunaratna, a security expert at Singapore's Rajaratnam School of International Studies. One of the areas where it is expanding is Southeast Asia, and the Philippines is the center of gravity. Mindanao has been roiled for decades by bandits, local insurgencies, and separatist movements. But officials have long warned that the poverty, lawlessness, and porous borders of Mindanao's predominantly Muslim areas mean it could become a base for radicals from Southeast Asia and beyond, especially as Islamic State fighters are driven out of Iraq and Syria. Although Islamic State and groups affiliated to the movement have claimed several attacks across Southeast Asia in the last 2 years, the battle in MARAWI City was the first long drawn-out confrontation with security forces. On Tuesday, a week after the fighting began, the government said it was close to retaking the city. Last year, Southeast Asian militants fighting for Islamic State in Syria released a video urging their countrymen to join the cause in the southern Philippines or launch attacks at home rather than attempting to travel to Syria. Jakarta-based terrorism expert Sidney Jones passed to Reuters some recent messages in a chat room of the Telegram app used by Islamic State supporters. In one, a user reported that he was in the heart of MARAWI City where he could see the army run like pigs and their filthy blood mix with the dead bodies of their comrades. He asked others in the group to pass information on to the Amit news agency, a mouthpiece for Islamic State. Another user replied, using an Arabic word meaning pilgrimage, hijra to the Philippines. Door is opening. The clash in MARAWI City began with an army raid to capture Isnilan Hapilon, a leader of Abu Sayyaf, a group notorious for piracy and for kidnapping and beheading Westerners. Abu Sayyaf and a relatively new group called MAD, both of which have pledged allegiance to Islamic State, have fought alongside each other in MARAWI City, torching a hospital and a cathedral, and kidnapping a Catholic priest. The urban battle prompted Philippines President Rodrigo Duterte to impose martial law across the whole island of Mindanao, an area roughly the size of South Korea with a population of around 21 million. Fighters from the Middle East. The head of the Malaysian Police Force's Counter-Terrorism Division, Ayub Khan Madin Pitcha, named 4 Malaysians who are known to have traveled to Mindanao to join militant groups. Among them were Mahmud Ahmad, a Malaysian university lecturer who is poised to take over the leadership of Islamic State in the southern Philippines if Hapilon is killed, he said. Security expert Gunaratna said that Ahmed has played a key role in establishing Islamic State's platform in the region. According to his school's research, 8 of 33 militants killed in the first 4 days of fighting in MARAWI City were foreigners. This indicates that foreign terrorist fighters form an unusually high component of the IS fighters and emerging IS demography in Southeast Asia, Gunaratna said. According to an intelligence brief seen by Reuters, authorities in Jakarta believe 38 Indonesians traveled to the southern Philippines to join Islamic State-affiliated groups and about 22 of them joined the fighting in MARAWI City. However, an Indonesian law enforcement source, speaking on condition of anonymity, said the actual number of Indonesians involved in the battle could be more than 40. Indonesia officials believe some militants might have slipped into MARAWI City under the cover of an annual gathering of the Tablighi Jamaat just days before the fighting erupted. The Tablighi-Jamaat is a Sunni missionary movement that is non-political and encourages Muslims to become more pure. An Indonesian anti-terrorism squad source told Reuters that authorities have beefed up surveillance at the northern end of the Kalimantan and Sulawesi regions to stop would-be fighters traveling by sea to the southern Philippines and to prevent an influx of others fleeing the military offensive in MARAWI city. The distance between MARAWI and Indonesian territory is just 5 hours, the source said. It should not get to the point where they are entering our territory and carrying out such militant activities. Additional reporting by Rosanna Latif in Kuala Lumpur, Agustinus Pio de Costa in Jakarta, Kunupriyakapur in Singapore and Manuel Magato in Manila, writing by John Chalmers, editing by Rayu Gopalakrishnan, and we do not harm anyone nor promote violence. We simply tell the truth and present current news about Thailand. We inform the world about the fact that the current vicious law of lèse majesté whereby the king is untouchable and can do no wrong is indeed wrong. We should be protected by the First Amendment of the Constitution of the United States. We love President Lincoln and all that he did for America. We also want true democracy and freedom for our brothers and sisters in our motherland, Thailand. By Woodside, New York. Doing by Free Time.